I'm Sue Doolan. I'm a prison governor and I'm currently the governing governor of HMP Blunderston in Suffolk. It has its moments. At times it can actually be very challenging and quite stressful. But as the governing governor of an establishment, the buck stops with you. No 2 days are the same. Quite a lot of meetings inevitably. I have responsibility for 526 prisoners and over 300 staff. So as a result, I can spend quite a lot of time dealing with staff issues and or prison issues. I also spend some time out of the establishment because some of the work that we do in the prison impacts on the community. My dad was a joiner, he was a carpenter, and my mum was a domestic supervisor for most of the time I was growing up in a hospital. I'm the eldest of 5 children. And I come from a Catholic family and I went to a Catholic all-girls grammar school. I've lived in some fairly delinquent areas of Liverpool, so actually working in the criminal justice system wasn't high up my agenda. I imagined at that stage I would be something like a speech therapist or a teacher, and that was what I went to university intending to do. At the time, I was sharing a house with a friend. In fact, there were a whole group of us. And she introduced me to her father, who came to pick her up at the end of one term. And her father was a member of the prison service. He was an assistant governor at the training school at Wakefield. And we got chatting, and he started to ask about my degree course. He started to ask about what my interests were, and then suggested to me that I might be interested in thinking about a career in the prison service. And he said, why don't you think of applying for the graduate entry scheme? And I thought, okay, sounds like it might be quite interesting. Realising that if you're entering as a graduate, the anticipation is that you will at least reach governing governor stage. And I attended a 3-day extended interview at the Prison Service College in Love Lane. And I came back to university and said, oh, well, that was very interesting. Now, where's the next application form? Most ironically for me, I received 2 placement letters within 1 week of each other. One was offering me a PGCE, a teacher training place at a college just outside Liverpool. And the second was offering me a place on the graduate entry scheme into the prison service. And I thought about it long and hard and spoke to my parents, and they were quite astonished when I decided to opt for the prison service. I think there are a number of times you come to a crossroads and then you make a choice, and it's the right choice or it's the wrong choice, and then you move on from there. I don't think it's possible to say that there is a key turning point. Well, there hasn't been for me, I don't think. I've never regretted that decision. I like what I do. I'm an enthusiast. I think it's been a very good career choice for me. I've been in the prison service nearly 28 years now. And while there have been extremely difficult times, I wouldn't have stayed so long had I not enjoyed it. When I joined the prison service, I was under the age of 24 because I came straight in from university. As a result, I served 12 months, a little over in fact, in uniform as a prison officer. That experience has stood me in very, very good stead because it actually made me fully realise what life is like for the officer on the ground.